We are going to check out Aha's classic hit, Take On Me. Some things I'm curious about that I've never really listened for before. Is this a drum machine? Is this a live drummer? Is it a combo of the two? Can we hear that in the drum track? Is it a real bass line? Is it a synth bass? If it is synth basses and drum machine type stuff, does that take away from the emotional quality of the song? Does it enhance it? We're gonna listen to this baby together and find out. So let's put those headphones on and jump right in. So the first thing we wanna look at is, let's just go straight for the drums, the heart of it all. And the reason I say drum machine is because this is probably recorded between, I think the video came out in '85, and so bands were using and producers were using a lot of drum machines back in the '80s, you know, and kind of redefining the sound and the direction of music. It sounds to me like you can make the case and argument that it might be a little of both. Let's listen to that bass line, see what we got going on with that bad boy. That is pretty wild. That's definitely a synth bass. I would argue that's a synth bass. I don't think it's an actual like bassy bass. That's got to be a synth bass. It almost sounds like that song My Sharona, doesn't it? It's like What do you think of that? Is that I've never noticed that before. What do you think of it? Is it effective? Does it hearing it as more of a synth bass than an actual bass player? What do you think about that? What does it do for you? Let's listen to the drums and the bass together. Oh, that's cool. I love the movement of the bass. That's pretty cool. Let's check out that keyboard part. So we do have that epic, one of the greatest hooks of the 1980s. But let's see what the keys are doing. Ooh. I love that chord. I'm going to actually figure what that chord is out after I film this video. But it has so much mystery to it. Ooh, that is lush. Oh, let's listen to that. Listen to that lush chord that comes in after that just arpeggiated, very like staccato-y chord. Oh. That sounds so good, and it feels so good. Let's listen to the combo of that with the bass. Ah, I love the way this synth is building the chord. Really effective. And then we're going to drop into one of the greatest hooks of all time. Do you agree? Do you think this is one of the greatest hooks of all time? Drop a comment below. If not, what is one of your favorite hooks from the 80s? What I love about this is the layer of sounds we have going on. The left hand would be playing the chords, and then the right hand's just banging out the melody. It has like such a warm feeling for me. Like it's almost like when you come home at night and then you get that really nice yellowy warm lighting effect. It's dark out. It just feels cozy. And I know this might sound super corny, but that's what this reminds me of, those lush chords. And then the gang, 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 gang on top of that. It just, I don't know, it just makes me feel so good. Let's check out what the vocal is doing here.
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway.
What I love about this guy's voice is it's already kind of in a higher register than a normal, I would say a normal male voice, which is really cool because usually guys have like a nice mid-range voice. He sounds a little higher than just mid-range. And his voice is really clean.
Today is another day to find you shying away.
Ton of reverb on that voice, and it's hard to tell if that's the way the stem splitter split it up and then the AI threw a little reverb on it, or if they recorded it with a lot of reverb.
Oh, I've been coming for your love, okay.
All right, before we get there, let's take a listen to the drums and the vocals together.
Talking
love the way it's just kind of driving it. Boom, chaka, boom, chaka, boom, chaka, boom, chaka, right? Really sounds like the drums and the bass are just really pushing that tempo a lot, keeping it moving. And like, what sticks out to me with the synth bass is that groove is really driving, right? It's just propelling us forward. Really great dancey feel. And with the synth bass, something that sticks out to me, if we, especially in comparison, like say like John Deacon's bass line, this Queen video right above over here that you can check out. It's not as musical of a bass line, right? It seems like the whole purpose is just this playing the basic root notes and just keeping this drive and feel going. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. But in my mind, that's something that sticks out right away, is that it's not as expressive, but it doesn't seem like the purpose is supposed to be as expressive as it is just supposed to be just driving us forward and keeping the groove going, right? This is going to bring us into the verse. This is what the synth is doing under the verse on top of that groove that we just listened to. Oh. That is so cool. Oh, you've got like this really rhythmic thing going on where you've got one hand doing one rhythm, and then you have the higher end, the other hand on the higher register doing another rhythm. Really cool, really cool. Let's add the bass into that. Grooving. And it's like, you almost don't even need drums at that point in the game. But we might as well add them in there to see what kind of effect we get. That is really cool. Totally dig that. Knowing that this is like synth bass type stuff, what does this do for you? Does it make you want to dance? Does it matter that it doesn't have that human touch of playing some like little improvised licks here and there? Or does it just serve the purpose of what we're going for? And that's just pure dancing. Let's take a listen to the chorus and see what's going on there.
Take on me, take on.
Ooh, I love that. Two things I'm hearing. We've got this vocal line of like, take on me. And underneath that, we have this vocal. It's hard to tell if it's the synth part or if it's the vocal harmonies, but it just sounds like it's playing. There's one note I'm hearing that's kind of pedaling, and then there's one moving note that goes to another chord and resolves back into it, just going back to the same chord. See if you can hear that separate from his melody line.
Take on me.
Yeah, it's like a type vibe going on.
Take on me. Take.
And then we got the take on me part.
Take on me. Take me.
I love how his voice, he's already in a high register and he's starting out here, and now he's like, each time it comes around again to say take on me, take me on, he's going up even higher over that beautiful, beautiful chord. I think that's definitely a vocal harmony that's overdubbed. Beautiful.
Take on me. Take me on. Take on me.
Right? Oh, so beautiful. So lush. That is high. So now he's all the way up here. And for a dude, that is super high. And I don't know about recording in the 80s, but I don't know if they had auto-tune or pitch correction back then. If they didn't, that's really even more impressive. And then we get to this super highness. Oh my God. For a dude. Oh, I wish I could separate his voice from the harmony parts, but alas, we can't. Let's check out what the synth is doing underneath, since they were playing those lush chords before. What's interesting to me is that he has such a high register that the synth is almost filling out the bottom end of the music and all the notes, and it's playing the chord nicely, and it's nicely supporting the melody of what he's doing. But the synth is giving a really good foundation, really lush. I love the movement of the chords too. Let's listen to the first phrase of the chorus with it.
Take on me, take on me.
Do you hear how that's supporting it? Let's really dial it in and listen to that. And I'm going to turn the harmony part down so we can kind of hear how the synth part, the chords that it's playing, is filling out the bottom end, and it's also supporting the vocal line.
Take me on, take on me.
And it's got this cool movement within the chords too, the voicings that it's doing. And the voicings are just how they're playing the notes and where they're playing the notes within the chord. Ooh, then it jumps up to the high note with them. Well, it doesn't play the same note, but it goes up a little bit in the register to still support it. And right there is what I mean by, listen to how the chord and the synth is basically playing the same part until we get here. And then that last chord dictates where the song is going because it brings us back into the second verse. And just listen to how it changes. And then it resolves down back into the second verse. Something quick I want to point out with the bass part that's really interesting to me is during the verses, it's very kind of fragmented. Fragmented in the sense is just he's playing with space, leaving a little bit of space in between his notes. And now he's brought us into the chorus, right? And let's listen to the difference. Now he's just playing more drive and pushing us forward. Really cool effect. And we add that to the synth. Ooh. Then he breaks it up again over here. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Love that. Going back to the point about the synth dictating where the song goes, the chords it's playing resolve and bring us into this sort of mysterious bridge. Totally 80s, totally great. And what's great about that chord, let's hear it one more time. It's very mysterious, and it's almost like a callback to the beginning. I don't think it's the same exact chord, different chord based on the root note. Now we've got some really cool 80s arpeggiating magic. It's just like layers of sound. Let's listen to what the bass is doing with that. And then it slams us back into one of the greatest hooks of all time. The very last thing that I want us to check out, and I've talked a lot about this in videos with the arrangement, is the last time they come around to the chorus, they add some really cool vocal harmonies. It almost adds like this choral effect. But to really appreciate it, let's go back to the second chorus. And remember, what we hear is his voice singing the melody, and we have that chord that's going, vocal harmony chord that's going on underneath it, right? Let's just check that out.
Take on me.
So remember, you got that part going on down there.
Take me
And he's still just climbing up. We got the dude vocal overdubs coming in. The take me on. We have the overdub dude vocals saying take on me. Right? It brings us up to that great falsetto head voice note. Now what's cool when we get to the chorus down here is we start off with that chord, the vocal harmony chord underneath his melody. So that's the same. Now ready for it? Oh, isn't that sweet? And so on the high note, what's great is we have this super high note up here, and then we have the other male vocal harmony parts coming in the bottom with. Isn't that cool? So great. Love it. And then it comes in even stronger after the take on me part. Ready for it? Oh, that's so good. It builds. It just keeps moving up with him, which is great. And then we just kind of end it, fade it out with that cool male vocal overdubbed harmony going on. And that is a wrap. Of course, I'd love to hear what you thought, what you heard as we were going through this. Do you think that this and the Rick Roll tune are some of the anthems of the 80s for this sort of synth-poppy type sound? Are you a fan of this tune? What are some things that stuck out to you musically that you heard? Because this is just my first impression going through it, breaking it down in isolated tracks. If you are a fan of listening to music like this, I do have a free PDF called How to Listen to Music Like a Musician Without Being One. And really, you can do this on your own without isolating the tracks. And part of what we're doing with these videos is sort of like an ear training vibe, where you're learning to kind of isolate the parts individually like we're doing now. And so as you're listening to music on your own and some of your favorite songs, the hope is that if you watch enough of these videos with the isolated tracks, you can start to be like, I wonder what the drums and the bass are doing right now underneath the vocals. And you can kind of get your ears to focus in on those parts, even if the whole song is playing. I do it all the time. It makes music really pleasurable for me and makes it just really awesome and submersive. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description below for that free PDF guide. And on that note, pun intended, I hope you're doing well out there, and I will see you in the next one. And as always, stay curious, my friends. Stay